pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, 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 let's get crack-a-lackin'.
Crack-a-lackin'. I just learned what that meant today.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it meant you were lacking in crack.
Crack-a-lackin', that's funny right there.
But no.
Nope.
Steve's Homestead. Hello, friend.
Hey, can you put that over there?
Okay, I'll put that over here.
Can you put this right here?
Look, we're entertaining guests.
I know, we're entertaining guests, I know. But
what a day we had today.
it's
Boy,
been a long day.
talk about getting your wind blown back into your sail. Talk about getting all kinds of fire. Ow, the wind.
The wind tore up your beard, man.
Wow, tore up my beard today. Driving wind, y'all.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to give a few...
Full of ribs, too? Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, no, how do you know?
Because I posted it on Facebook.
Wow, this is like... Thought we talked about that.
Nope. What you talking about? I forget. Okay. So, Homesteading with the Huberts said, great series on the garden tool.
Thank you.
So, who was that on Instagram? We're going to talk about that.
In just
Gonna
a
talk
minute.
about it. Had a little heat with my supper. Yeah, your bean juice. Look, I love me some D. She and I figured out we have so much in common, but there's one thing that we don't agree on.
What's that?
I absolutely love crawfish, and she does not like it very much. Little birdie told me it's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah. Okay.
What's up? Somebody show up at the beginning of the show instead of the end. But don't worry, don't panic.
Just scrape
away. No likey, the texture of crawfish. I love it.
Okay, so.
Anyway.
Right.
Greetings. Oh, look who that is.
What?
Lonely Prepper, Arthur Leslie. Greetings from my personal channel today, guys and gals. That is Lonely Prepper Homestead, if you don't know who that is, y'all.
What's going on, my brother?
Andy, how are you doing, man? He's asking us how we're doing. How are you?
Yeah, we heard about you.
It's all that tofu you've been eating.
Mm-hmm. Tofu got you messed up from the floor up.
Oh, no. Suburban says, I'll have to watch later. I have a sick husband and a sick dog. Oh, that stinks. Sorry about that.
I got 20 on. I can say who she's going to take care of first.
The dog. I'm not taking that bet. Not taking that bet. Yeah, are we ready for the shindig? Let me tell you. Okay, we've got 56 minutes. We're going to get into all of that here in just a minute.
I'm just waiting. I tried to start like 3 times.
He says, I'm still in the hospital bed, but I'm still breathing at least. Ooh.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do, Andy, right now. Reach over, grab that nurse button, mash it.
No.
Mash it, have them come in here so that way, and let us know when they're in there, because we have something to say to your nurses.
What?
Yes. I got something to say to his nurses.
You're silly. Absolutely
I'm not silly. Andy is my...
Hello, Country Homestead Preacher. Sorry, Prepper. Whew.
Andy is my friend.
D, you're crazy. I love lobster. Yummy. Yummy. Well, that's good. That means we can be really good friends because then we won't have to fight over the lobster or the crawfish. I'll just eat all of that and you can have all the shrimp.
So...
I love shrimp, but you can have it.
Let me know when you're done.
Sorry. All right.
See what I mean? When you go somewhere and you get the wind just blown back into your sail, you come on live stream and you get crazy excited and then you don't know how to behave. What's up? Meemaw, Farmer Meemaw in the house, who now is...
Meemaw's Hippobilly Homestead Zimmerman. I love that name. It's a mouthful, but that's a cool name. Hey, Jen. All right, let's do this.
we're gonna have like 2 minutes left, and we're gonna still be saying, "Let's do this," because every time I go to start,
Okay, come on.
So today, or how did Farmer Mimo used to do it? And today, no. Wait a minute. And today, Farmer Mimo is going to show you. Ow, those ants. Bless those ants.
Clueless homesteaders, hello, y'all.
All right, so today, you guys know that we went to the garden, home and garden.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Finna get a DDT right here. Just in Augusta. We went to the home and garden show. And then we went to the home and garden show in Greenville. Well, we met up. There was only really, to be honest with you, there was only one garden dude company
in the entire
thing, and we were very disappointed because they were and so we started talking to that company. Well, they put on a gardening show today.
Now, between all of us here, it was a gardening show, but it was to feature their product. I mean, no mistakes about it. It was to feature their product, which is a great product and deserves to be featured.
And
but
hopefully you will learn more about that product through us after the shindig.
But it was very informative, to say the least.
Say the least.
Yeah.
Well, just like at the HOA, just like at the Homesteading Life Conference, which, by the way, they're right around the corner. The shindig is basically here. And the links for all of those, we will put them in the description after the show for the Homesteading Life.
Bye, Keto Country. We'll see y'all later. Soon. Go ahead.
In the description, we will put the links for the Homesteading Life Conference, which we will be at doing a workshop. And for the Homesteaders of America link, where we're going to be teaching a class the Thursday before and doing basically workshop demos all day. Kind of thing. So, we went to this one today. They had speakers there. And this one, we got there kind of late, so we kind of came into we missed maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was only about 5 minutes. She had just kind of given an introduction of who she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were kind of sitting in the back to it, and she started talking. And I was like, and I was.
It was worse because you're not doing it justice. Because then you're like, yeah, that's why we homeschool. Yeah, that's. Man, can I say amen? I'm like, no, shut up, go, get out of here.
Robin kicked me out. You guys, she kicked me out. She told me get out. The lady doesn't even know you. You're gonna embarrass her. And
yeah, hallelujah. He really was. He was like this close to being like, hey man, preach it, sister.
And she was talking about what we're doing here this year.
Well, let's give it a little bit of back history here. This, I don't even want to call it a conference, this little gathering that they had today was set up right in the middle of suburbia, and houses around that no doubt have homeowners associations, $300,000, $400,000 houses. But then sporadically you would see farms here and there. Okay? So as we were driving in, we were telling the girls, okay, remember, when in Rome, act like a Roman. So pay attention to your surroundings. We are not in farm country here. We are right in the thick of it. So we kind of knew going in that the people that were going to be at this gathering were not going to be prepper homesteaders. They were going to be a totally different group of people, which was really exciting.
But then we found one of our own.
We found a couple of our own.
Yeah, we found a couple of our own.
But not like what you're talking about. Our own.
No. Well, this lady was giving this class. And she kept talking. And I kept getting more and more and more and more and more excited. I was getting full like a tick, and I was about to pop. I was about to jump up on the table, start dancing, screaming the hallelujahs. And because she was teaching right along the same aspects of what I'm trying to teach to you guys this year with our garden about growing foods and not lawns. But she's one of my heroes now. She was able to do it with having an HOA breathing down her neck. And so she is an author of a book.
Love you too, dear.
The link is in the description. It's also now on our store. It is called The Foodscape Revolution.
By Bree Arthur. That is her name. Author.
Wonderful. She's one of us, y'all. Mm-hmm. And she gave us that book. She gave us a signed copy. She agreed to come on the show. And of course, it's going to have to be after the shindig. She agreed to come on the show. So we're going to have her as a guest on the show. She also agreed to maybe even do a couple of giveaways with her book on her show.
Well, let me tell y'all.
This book is
I wouldn't wait
awesome.
For it to be given as a giveaway.
No.
This book, if you're not familiar with her, you need to be.
Yeah.
Because almost everybody that I'm looking at in here, not everybody, but a lot of the people that are in here now are people who are challenged with living space. I mean, a garden space. They don't have a whole lot of room.
Right.
So there were a lot of really cool things that we picked up at this conference or at this gathering. And one was that she has to submit plans every year for her HOA, at least the way I understood it, because we came in a little late. But she puts together a rendering, a drawing, and she shows where everything's going to go. And she was very particular about, making sure that you fill your beds and you do stuff where you have a ground cover and then you have a hedge and then you have almost like the food forest concept, which was another thing we're looking into, but on a scale that would be acceptable even with an HOA.
Well, look, she won Yard of the Year multiple times with 85% of the lawn being edible. Mm-hmm. So it can be done. And look, for those of us that are also in the preparedness mindset, if you can develop a plan to basically fool an HOA and win Yard of the Year multiple times. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How easy is it going to be for you if the fecal matter hits the oscillation device to be able to be okay having some of your food outside because people are not going to know what it is?
She's like, Jason, got you excited much?
And
yeah, you have no idea. Because this is out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
We have always been in a situation where we had more than enough room to grow what we wanted to grow. And the thing is, we're limiting ourselves this year for y'all and for ourselves to be able to make sure that we can do it if for some reason we didn't have the capability of 21 acres. And so it was really cool to take ourselves out of our box and put it into a different box and see what the challenges are when you're dealing with space and sometimes constraints when it's HOA or whatever. And to take that and then to learn how to do things, because that was the thing. When we got there, they had different... Can
I interrupt you for a second, please? I want to say hi to a Granny B. First time I seen you come up in the chat. Love your channel name. Love your channel name. And welcome to the Big Bear Homestead Plan.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so some of the other things that they have that we had at the gathering today, they had plants, seeds, all different types of things. And what I thought was really cool was it wasn't just focused on just food or just ornamentals or just herbs. It was everything. Mm-hmm. Everything you can think of. People had trees. I'm still ticked.
I told you.
Because
no, you can't.
I can now say that I am my mother. Just so that y'all know this. I'm going to tell y'all a really quick story, real quick. When I was young, my mother and father, every once in a while, we would go somewhere or do something, and my mom would want to get something, and they would go back and forth. They wouldn't argue. They would just discuss it. And my dad would look at my mom, and he would say, Lebanon, Tennessee. And I didn't know what that meant for the longest time. Well, later, they told me the story that they were in Lebanon, Tennessee one time looking at antiques, and I don't remember what it was, but whatever it was, she really wanted it. I think it was like a all wood, one piece wood pitchfork. It was no extra, it was all carved in one piece. And they went somewhere else and came back and it was gone. And so from that point on, if she ever wanted anything, they would say, she would say, I don't know. And he would just say, Lebanon, Tennessee. And if she really wanted it, that was it. She would get it. So today we went and there was a nursery there. And they had a bunch of blueberry bushes, mulberry trees, whole bunch of bushes, a whole bunch of different things. Sassafras, all that. Well, they had elderberry trees.
And 4 of them.
And the thing was, they were $24. And I
told her
$24. I just couldn't do it. And so Jason was like, well, are you going to go back there and get that? And I was like, I feel like I could get it for better than $24. Because, sometimes you go to these things and things are a little bit higher priced because you're there being taught about the stuff. So you hurry up and go get it, right? So I just kept kind of teetering back and forth. And then I went to go back to get it, and they were all bought. And I'm
loving the comments. Wow, I'd have snatched them up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How big was the trees? They were good sized trees.
They were probably 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were in a 3-gallon bucket, if that helps. It was 3 gallon. And they were fairly tall. They already had leaves on them. I know. Shut up. I know. Leave me be. So, anyway.
But
the cool thing is,
I walked over there and I said to her, can you please help me? Please help me. I told my wife to buy those 4 elderberry bushes and she wouldn't listen. And now you sold them. Now she wants them. Mm-hmm. Do you have any more
at your nursery?
And so I gave my card, and they're supposed to call, and if they do, we're gonna go get them. We're gonna pick them up on the way home from Arkansas.
Or maybe we'll find some somewhere else. Or maybe somebody has some cuttings that they want to root in for me or something. I don't know. Anyway, I will eventually get an elderberry tree, but that was just, Did I say how much I love you? Yes. I'm hoping that's for us. So anyway, so that was the one stink of the matter. But what was really...
No. You cannot say it was a stink. You messed up. I told you, put them in the car. I told you, put them in the car.
I only needed one.
You should have got all 4.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, back to the book. This is... And she autographed mine.
Yes, because you're special.
But she puts drawings in it. Okay.
That's her plan. That is her garden plan that she had, or her overall. And what she said, which was really interesting to me, is that she said that what she has found with HOAs, if anybody here is dealing with an HOA, she said that one of the things that she learned about HOA is that they are particular about the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
That is their thing. If your presentation still shows that you have some grass growing somewhere, then more than likely, as long as it's not an eyesore, they're going to be okay with it. So, how many do we want? I only need one. So, I don't know. Anyway.
Ooh, we bring in fig cuttings.
We have 2 figs.
Yeah, but we can always use more
we can
figs.
always use more. What does this say? I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the gathering, but I have 6 elderberry cuttings. If I can make it, I'll bring you a couple. Aw, look at that, sweetheart. Mm-hmm. How can I buy more scrubbies from you? Are you talking about the ones for the soap, like the soap bags, or... Because if that's what you want, I can just tell me, and I'll make them, and I'll send you a message, and we'll do that.
But she's got it broken down in very good parts. Part 1, the model, and then she goes through, and
it's a very well
put out book.
Yeah, it's very well organized.
Lots of good pictures and examples,
mm-hmm.
and I'm almost half tempted to tell you it was published by the same people that published Amy's book, because it looks a lot like their style.
It's not though, but she it was very, very nice to meet her, and that's the thing is, like, we didn't know who she was. I mean, I had no idea. I just knew she was an authority in her field, and that.
But she got started because she was studying horticulture at Purdue. And
I did hear that.
That her and a couple of her friends basically went and started work, basically helping a farmer trade. Basically, they were woofers, I guess. Mm-hmm. He tilled up a little part of their land, and they grew some. They tried to grow some lettuce in the spot that he tilled up for them, and she ended up getting E. coli. No. That's wrong. I got the story wrong. While she was in college, she was always going to this little coffee shop, and she was getting that salad. That's where she got the E. coli. And then that's when she started growing her stuff on her own. I'm sorry. I got that messed up. And so she's one of us. She's super down to earth. She's very passionate about this field for urban homesteading and growing your own foods in your front lawn. And she got me just extremely pumped up, and I just had like maybe a 5-minute conversation with her.
Well, and you ended up going and walking around so that you didn't embarrass her or yourself. And I sat and listened to her for quite a while more, and one of the things that I found that was so enriching, just because with us, with this lifestyle of homesteading and all of this, we tend to take for granted that we're teaching our kids, mm-hmm. and that we, know all of these things and do all of this stuff. And the difference is, in that urban setting, the sad reality is we're one generation removed away from what homesteading was. But now this next generation, they don't even know how to boil water. They don't know how to cook potatoes. And this is what she ran into. She grew potatoes. Okay, they went ahead and they were trying to teach their son something, doing a project, I think. And they put a bunch of potatoes in and planted potatoes. Well, all of a sudden, they had like 80 pounds of potatoes. And so they were sharing or doing whatever. Well, the neighbor's kid, I don't know if they gave them to him, because this is right when we came in. But I don't know if they gave them to him or whatever. They did whatever. Well, they gave them to the neighbor and the mom, and she didn't know how to cook them. They had to walk her through how to boil the water, peel them, make mashed potatoes, whatever. But what she said is that by doing stuff like this, not only are you beautifying your property, not only are you creating food for yourself and things like that, but you may actually change somebody's life by teaching them something they didn't know, mm-hmm. and impacting these children, that may have gone through their childhood eating dried potato flakes instead of a real solid potato or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was really a cool perspective, was that, not only are you doing, not only are you doing this for yourself, but you can change because what she said, and I thought this was really, and I think every one of y'all have had this. If you've ever grown vegetables and then you had too much and you went and saved or went and shared it with your neighbors, she said, when you have extras and you give them to your neighbors, you almost obligate them to cook them.
Yeah.
They feel like they're obligated to eat them because they've seen you go through the work and that you're sharing and giving them extra. And so she said that was what was really cool, is that they felt obligated to eat these potatoes, but they knew nothing on how to do it. And so, by doing that, she then taught the mother and the child how to prepare potatoes. Mm-hmm. And of course, the one thing that I laughed at is she said, anybody, if you put butter, cheese, and bacon on anything, it's going to taste good. So that's what they told her. They're like, look, you can boil them and make mashed potatoes, but let me tell you, butter, bacon, cheese, they're your friends. And I was like, amen.
Yeah, but you're going to kick me out. You're going to kick me out.
Oh, look at that. Cheesecakes being baked tomorrow. Just saying.
Okay, but another thing that she said that I was kind of lurking outside of the door that got me pumped up and excited was when she was talking about garlic. She's like, we all in her, because I think what she say, she's in North Carolina. They were having a vole.
Yeah, vole issues. Mm-hmm.
And one of the things she said that she researched, she found that voles don't like garlic. Mm-mm. And so she planted a bunch of garlic. Well, then it came up, and then they spreaded it out, and then basically gave it to the kids to go back out there and plant.
Before you tell her what she said about putting them to work, she said that they had a getting rid of vampire party or something?
Yes, it was called a getting rid of the vampires in the neighborhood party. Basically, she had just a whole bunch of the neighborhood kids come in. Mm-hmm. And what did they plant? Like 800?
832, I think is the number, or 882 or something like that. It was a ridiculous amount of garlic. And she said, I am convinced that our entire neighborhood has no voles now.
She ran them out.
Because she was complaining that they
out of the county.
She was complaining that they weren't going to be able to get enough garlic planted that year. So she comes home and there's like 800 cloves of garlic planted, and I was like, "Oh my god! Can you imagine?" Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, Robin, about that all you can eat ribs. We'll chat. Yeah, I know. I heard. If I'd have known that's all it would take, I'd have mentioned that months ago.
A week on the way home, you guys, we stopped at Sonny's because Sonny's always has all you can eat ribs. And with me being on the keto diet, I knew, considering I didn't really eat anything all day, that I still was able to be under my 50 carbs.
Right.
50 grams of carbs by eating these ribs.
50? That's
what Meemaw said.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be 20.
And so as long as I didn't go too stupid heavy on the barbecue sauce.
Which you really didn't.
Nope. And I maybe had a tablespoon.
Yeah. Now, I mean, the thing was, you were eating them so fast, there wasn't any sauce on them. They were dry rubbed. And, yeah, 20. Yeah.
I got it in a text message where you said 50.
No, I know it's 20. But he was fine. It was all dry rubbed and smoked.
Hold up. I'm about to prove it. I know I'm not crazy.
Okay, we'll do that later.
No, because
keep talking. Go ahead.
And I hurt myself.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I love Sonny's ribs. You can get them dry rubbed. You can get them hot and spicy. You can get them tangy. You can get them sweet and funky or something like that. It's so good. Now, I'll be the first to admit, one of the reasons why I like Sonny's is because it has a childhood memory attached to it. When I was growing up, we were poor. We couldn't even afford the 2 O's and the R. We were poor. But my dad made it to do. Now, it wasn't $15 back then. It was kind of like $7 or $8. But
even then, just even now, $15.99 for all you can eat ribs with all you can eat sides, all of that. That's what it was. Yeah, I got it for you, Jen. I pulled it up. It says 20.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Kinfolk Farm of Georgia. Where in Georgia? That's cool.
But and like every other Thursday, because back then Sonny's was only all you can eat ribs on Thursday nights, and so my parents would pinch, scrimp, and save, so that way me and my dad, and it was just a guys' night.
Because you didn't come by and see us.
It was just a guys' night. And that's when we would go and have those father talks where he would talk to me about what it takes to be a gentleman, what it takes to be, what it really means to be a man. Just because you got boy parts don't make you a man. And it is
hey Heidi.
And it's one of those that we used to go and we used to chow down, but I vividly remember conversations with my dad telling me, when you find that special young lady, she's going to be your princess. She's going to be your queen. Because I was like huge into knights and stuff at that time. And so, basically, how do knights treat ladies? And he went with that. And it stuck. Now, some people, won't mention any names, don't like to have doors open for
That's
them.
not true. I've gotten better. Thanks for recommending Back to Basics book. Yes, it is a great read. Yeah.
And it's one of those things that I carried on with Blaze. Blaze and I had our own, it wasn't Sonny's, but Blaze and I had our own place that we would go and we would do that. And I think it's going to carry on with Carol. Now it will probably go back to Sonny's with Carol because little girl put some ribs away today.
She and Jason sat side by side and it was hilarious. She was like, she had barbecue sauce like all over her face to the point where the waitress came over and she's like, sweetheart, you got something right here, and she'd wipe down it. Baby, you got something right here. She'd wipe the other side. It was hilarious.
And so now I'm asking honestly for your opinion. I'm going to take Carol and we're going to have conversations, and I'm going to talk to her about how, and I'm going to word it in a way that I'm going to tell her that she is a beautiful, intelligent, worthy young woman, and that if a man does not, or a boy, or a male species does not treat her with the respect that she deserves, then she needs to walk away. And if he doesn't leave her alone, then you come to Daddy, and Daddy will make sure he goes away. But just like I've gone back and forth with this, and I'm thinking of getting Carol a ring with her birthstone in it, kind of like a promise ring, to again reiterate to her how much me and her mom care about her, love her, and that there's going to be a time in her life when there's going to be young men that want to call on her, but they have to be respectful enough young men that they come to me first. But I don't know how to word that and not sound like I've got my thumb on top of her. So I'm still working on trying to how to present that better.
Does going away involve a shovel?
And pigs.
It's 3 S's.
Yeah. So, just because in the teenage years, they're kind of like, you can't be control of me.
Well, so, I'm gonna tell you, there's a book. It's not out here. There's a book that... Is
that heater on?
No. There's a book that we have been reading to Carol on and off since she was about 4, 5, somewhere around in there. Yeah, and plenty of lie. I make soap. Just saying. But the book is called...
Something about kissing a prince or something like that.
The perfect kid. I don't remember. Anyway, I'll find it and let you know. But anyway, it's it basically talks about how the kiss is a special gift that the mom and dad give to their daughter. It's a husband and king and queen give their princess daughter this gift, and it's a kiss, and she's supposed to protect it and not give it to just anybody. She has to be discerning about who she gives it to, and it has different suitors that come to visit her and call on her, and it talks about what they can offer her and things like that. And it's just really, it's a cool book. I'm trying to remember, is it called
I don't know. But Carol is 13 now. And one of my friends just came in the room. Is it Big Ben? Was it Big Ben or was it his bride?
It is. It's called The Princess and the Kiss. If you've not seen this book, if you have young children, young grandchildren, it is...
Big Ben in the house.
It is an awesome... And then the other book is called The Garden Wall. That's another one. They're both... I think the author's name is Jenny Bishop. You should definitely check those books out. They're really cool as far as talking about virtue and how young ladies should behave. It's a really cool way of showing that. So,
are you still setting up a trapping table? Yeah, because see, you were supposed to get back to me, and not that I'm gonna throw you under the bus here on the live stream, but the last text message I got from you was I'll get back to you, but then I heard from Man Bun. Because my trapping buddy left me hanging.
Kathy, you're absolutely right. She says the best teaching you do is by example. She grows up seeing how you treat Robin like the awesome, amazing woman she is. Both of your daughters will expect and know they deserve the same. And that is absolutely true. Of course, sometimes there are words uttered like, if you touch that door, I'll break your arm. But they know that I'm not supposed to grab the door and things like that. But
that drives me absolutely crazy.
Most of the time, I'm just being impatient. A lot of times, I will let you open
But that's
the door.
my love language.
Well, then move your love butt a little faster and get the door for me.
You know what I'm looking forward to with the shindig? I'm looking forward to my wife up on that stage calling them hogs. And everybody that's there, if you have a smartphone, any type of smartphone that has video capability, I'm begging you, please record it. If you have a YouTube channel, please record it. Please put it up on your YouTube channel. I want the world to watch.
We'll be live streaming it.
Yes! So please, video it. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, send it to me. I'll use it, and I will give you
put it on Instagram.
Credit. I'll give you credit. I'll make credits, list you on it, so that way we got all different kinds of angles of it. I want it to go viral.
You're horrible.
I bet she'll never touch another door again then.
I still will. Who are you talking to? Oh, come on, Tosh. It may backfire. She may be really good.
It's okay, because that's what the hashtag flossing the hogs, baby.
Oh, I am going to need a lot of
So we are super excited
coercing on
about heading to Arkansas. We're leaving out of here earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be, and it's just going to be us and the girls. Blaze is staying here with Apollo, and plus he's going to be continuing putting the raised beds out for us, and probably having a party, whatever 20-year-olds do. I don't remember. And but we're heading out there early because I'm going to be putting some traps in the ground for Man Bun. Because the coyotes are getting a little bit too close for him, and I understand that.
Look, they're getting a little too close for me. Just seeing that, I mean, or hearing, not seeing, but hearing about it. Everything that you've told me, I'm uncomfortable with it, so I know they have to be.
And strawberry plants are starting to form green leaves.
Yay!
Yeah, all right. Let me tell y'all, one of y'all that are bringing plants to the shindig, don't turn your back. I might take one.
Well, there are people bringing plants to sell and stuff, so. It's so crazy to think y'all are going to be in Arkansas. Yep. Yeah, well.
Well, I'm excited to finally meet Farmer Meemaw and Lone Star.
There's a lot of people that are planning on being there.
I would say Andy, but I already met Andy. We just found out that VW Family Farm was alive, but I'm excited to meet and hang out with Ben and his crew. The Haskins Family Vlog, I'm super excited to meet them. And
Georgia Coyote's going crazy.
Not here. We got them in balance.
Bye, kitty.
I don't know what I done.
Yeah, so Stivers is going to be there. There's a lot of people. Keto Country will be there. I mean, there's it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to it.
Kitty.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. So.
And so I know we won't have time to do it this week, but I hope.
Yay.
Welcome,
Look
Tracy
at the
Johnson.
dancing bear.
I'm hoping that this opens up the door for us to be able to go back out there and visit again when they not have this going on. Because I watched the vlog, and I gotta show Big Ben how to bowl. I just gotta show him how it's done.
He said that they just laid 4,000 feet of water line and welded in a lot of fittings in the last 2 days. Whew. Yikes. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot of work. That's crazy.
That's laying a lot of pipe.
Anyway, so you want to help?
If I get there early enough, if you need help, I'll help. And I'll tell you, and I told Justin that when we get there, after that steel that I promised Man Bun that I would put out for him, if there is stuff that needs to be done,
absolutely put us to work.
Put me to work.
Yep.
That's what I tell Amy every year at the HOA. I already told Doug that for the Homesteading of Life.
And the girls, we're all capable.
Put us to work. I know we're doing the demos for our booth, but put me to work. If there's more pipe and stuff that needs to be laid, then I will do everything I can to make this shindig, to help make this shindig a success. So
there you go.
So just let
be there early, but can't do that work, but we can video it for you. Look, it's not always about being the hands and feet. Sometimes it's being the cheerleader that says, we're here cheering you on. I mean, it takes everybody. It's not just the hands and the feet. Sometimes it's also the good attitude. Smudge can dig some holes. Call those hogs. That's not funny, man. It's just not.
That'll motivate us to lay the pipe better.
Jess was like, one of my heroes, and then she put me on the spot. She's still my hero, but I am really... so have you ever done this thing where you, like, promise you're going to do something because you know that the stipulation's not going to happen? That is what happened. I'm like, we're not making it to Arkansas. How in the world would we go to Arkansas? God said, beep, you're going to Arkansas. So, guess what?
He has a sense of humor. Mm-hmm. Well, if there's anything else, Ben, seriously, if there's anything else, brother,
Another really cool thing, we didn't cover this yet, but while we were at the gathering today, we actually met up with some people that follow us on YouTube.
Yes. They came to us through Roots and Refuge.
I didn't catch names, but...
And a gentleman came up to me, and he said, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm okay." And he goes, "We started following you through Roots and Refuge." I was like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "I watched the one video that I love the most out of you."
Wait, before you tell it, I want everybody to tell us what they think it is.
So this stranger came up to us, and he said, "The video that I love the most off of your channel is..."
Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank.
See what you think. Walking the cow. Nope. Nope. Patchouli. Nope. Mm-mm.
Video. That was a live stream. A lot of people don't go back and watch live streams.
Robin. I love him. Running from the tree. Nope. Grain in the beard. Nope. There it is. Christy. Yoga. Yep. When we reach out to people and we introduce ourselves, like we talk about, like when we're talking for, trying to find sponsors and things like that, that's usually the first thing we get is,
I love
your yoga video. We're like, we're not a yoga channel. We're a homesteading
All
channel.
I could do was hang my head. I was like, I have predator control videos on my channel. I have gardening videos on my channel. Mm-hmm. I have livestock videos on my channel. Mm-hmm. We have cooking videos on our channel. Essential oil videos on my channel. What's the one thing that they remember?
Yoga. And that's what he said. He was like, "Man, that video was funny."
Way to put yourself out there. I'm like, no, it's not what I wanted you to say.
It's the most different videos that people remember most. That's true.
That's true.
And that was kind of like when we did that video, it wasn't to try and get people to remember us or anything like that. It was just funny because we were sitting here watching it on our Facebook stream and we're like, we could do that. That'd be hilarious. We would have a really good time doing it. And that's just how it, how it went. And it was just
yeah, but see, when people come up to me in person and say that, I always feel like, I'm really sorry that you had to see me in those pants. And that's exactly what I said to him when we were saying in our buys. I was like, I just wanted to say, I'm really sorry you had to see me in those pants. I feel obligated.
Superman pants.
No, it was the hot pepper.
Oh,
was it
I think it was the Superman pants.
Well, you're almost as bad as yoga pants.
Yeah. First ever video I saw of yours was the unboxing video, the armadillo and possum cans. So that was funny too. No sushi and no yoga.
But in all intent and purposes, guys, we're gonna have to start to kind of wrap this up.
Yep.
In the description,
I've seen a couple people have already got their book while we've been sitting here, so that's good.
If you live in suburbia, if you live in an urban setting, if you have to deal with an HOA, this book will become your homesteading, lack of a better term, your urban homesteading Bible. Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, just the title. She calls it the Foodscape Revolution. So, think about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let that title sit and just soak. It's a revolution. It's a new, fight to take back what we should be able to do. Gigi Gardens said that in Florida, they just passed a bill or something, or put it into law, that any kind of organization is not allowed to tell you what you can grow in your front yard and backyard. So that's really cool, and hopefully that will kind of trickle down state to state. That would be
Okay,
awesome.
hold on. Andy, the nurses are in there. Tilt your screen so the nurses can see. This is for Andy's nurses. Please. We all love Andy very much. Andy is a wild and crazy guy. He's the kind of guy that will dye his hair for the woman he loves. Mm-hmm. Andy's the kind of guy that will eat tofu, which is probably the reason why he's in your hospital right now. Is because he ate tofu.
Smoked tofu.
Yeah, and he smoked it. Not like smoked it. He put it on the work with me, nurse. He put it on a grill and smoked it. But I need you to do something for us. All of us in the homesteading genre. And I'm saying this with all of my heart. I want you to take and I know you do, and I know you will, you'll take the absolute best care of Andy. And treat him like he's a VIP. I ask you this from the bottom of my heart. Do that for us because we do love Andy. But I also need you to do one thing for me. When he's asleep, shave his eyebrows. Love you, mean it, man. But seriously, Andy, get better, brother. Mm-hmm. We love you. We hope that everything gets...
Thanks, Mr. Jason.
We hope everything that is getting out. Mm-hmm. Again, the link is in the Amazon link is in the description. We've also added this book to our recommended reading section on our Amazon store front. I think you can get to it through that same link, and you can check out all the other books that are in there. We will let you know when Miss Bree is going to be on the show. We are super excited about that. We also, Easter egg, here's a little news nugget. Something after the shindig, something very special is more than likely going to happen here on a Monday night. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
On a Monday night.
On a Monday night. On a Monday night after the
Name of the book again, please. It is called The Foodscape Revolution. Go into the description and you'll see the link for it. You can click straight onto it.
Right. Also, when you're in that description, because this has to process and load, so it's going to take about an hour. After that, also, if you have not gotten your tickets for the Homesteading Life Conference, isn't it on a Monday night? Yeah. Yeah. Or am I having just like a huge... No. See, he's messing with me. If you have not got... See, if you have not gotten your tickets for the Homesteading Life Conference in Missouri, the links for that will be in the description. If you have not gotten your tickets for the Homesteaders of America Conference, that link in the description. I would say if you haven't registered to come to the shindig, that would be in the description, but that's already here. I don't know. Ben, did you guys close that down to register for tickets or whatever?
Cool, D's already got it on the Kindle.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, the Life Conference, Homesteading Life Conference is going to be in Hannibal, Missouri. So, let me know how much. I don't have a tofu. I wish. He said, If you have a if you have a tofu essential oil, I wish I had one.
VW said they'll be speaking at Baker Creek in May.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
And so that's super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to come up to that one and just boo you off the stage.
I wish we could. I mean, it's just so close to the one in April, and then in August
Don't forget about our information for our class in May on the over Memorial Day weekend.
7th, I think.
We'll be coming out, be looking in the Big Bear Homestead group on Facebook, Instagram. We've got the flyer made up. I just got to get Josh to approve it, and we're gonna start shooting that out. And so that will be good. And there's a surprise for the people who sign up for that class.
Wait, in September. Thinking of planning a meetup when you're up this way in September. Who's going to be there in September?
Well, when are we going? That's June.
That's June.
No, it's June.
No, June. In June.
June, two family. June.
I was like, wait, what?
June. Because
we're going to be in June. 15th, I think.
Because we are going to be at the Meyer Hatchery.
Brighton Part, yep.
The Meyer Hatchery shindig.
They're going to do a customer appreciation day, but they're going to have vendors and things like that. So we're thinking about getting a vendor booth there for that too.
I'm trying to let them let me speak about predator control. So
well, maybe you'll just speak about predator control from your booth.
I can do that too. So, okay, guys, remember, recycle, reuse, repurpose. Keep that stuff out of the landfill. Because God's not making any more land.
Not that I know of.
Not going to happen.
No.
All right, remember to be kind to one another. You don't know what that person is going through. We will see you guys in our videos, but we will see you at the shindig 1 week from today. Arkansas. Robin calling the hogs. Ben's bride flossing. We're going to have a good time. Yep. See you guys
next week.
Next week, because we're going to be going live somewhere out there on Saturday night.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see y'all then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.